to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to FC Cincinnati versus Toronto FC in match 19 of the MLS 2023 season. Getting so close to the final third of the season in the regular season. Of course, the final 14 is very, very soon to go on. And the final full run through of each jersey and then that home stretch. Of course, Leagues Cup is in between that group of matches. I think the Leagues Cup does make it a final 10, a pretty apparent final 10. So, yeah, I think so, because League stops, what, match 25, then pushes on for... Yeah, that does make some good sense, but I think so. Match 25. Yeah, wait. Match 24. Yeah, so match 24. When the league stops after match 24, at least for TFC, then there will be 10 more to go for TFC. With another multiples. Some teams will have more. LAFC. But the league will play through the Gold Cup, as they're about to do. But Toronto FC does have Richie Larea and Jonathan Osorio back tonight. For at least tonight. Ranjit Singh starts for TFC in goal over Sean Johnson and Tomas Romero. Of course, both are off on international duty. Romero over in Asia with El Salvador. Just got a 1-1 draw versus South Korea. Good for him. With Zavaleta in his back line. Alex Roldan scored the goal in that game. Of course, Sean Johnson still with the USA for both Nations League and Gold Cup as a backup. So TFC lost both their starting, or they're both top two goalkeepers, their starter and backup, going into this game for international duty. So we have to have Ranjit Singh start. Luka Gavran is on the bench. If it doesn't work out, hopefully Luka gets a shot. Hopefully Ranjit Singh, the hometown boy, can make a good debut for the club. He's been signed since last season, but he has not played for the main side once. He's been started a couple of times for TFC2. Recently he has, getting ready for this opportunity. Bradley likes him more than Gavran, who did lead TFC2 to a Eastern Conference final last year, MLS Next Pro. But he has been a little bit questionable this year, so either way, it's not, but okay. How we doing, Rory? One more month till Leagues Cup. I know, 30 days out. Before you know it, we'll be past the Gold Cup. We'll be into Leagues Cup. Before you know it, it's going to be crazy the next couple of months. But that's what you sign up for. Is Bacala worse than Kolka? Well, I mean, who got fired? I mean, you could say yeah, but to me, I don't think so. I mean, I legitimately don't. I think Kolka's worse. Yep, Messi's debut will be against Cruz Azul in Leagues Cup on the 21st, yes. Make sure this is on time. Yes, and turn off the subtitles because for some reason... The thing is it's not really the on-field product that sucks. Speaking of, I won't be able to do stats at the half because the iPad trick for CONCACAF did not work for MLS.com or FOTMob. So I will not have any stats till the review, so you'll just get my thoughts at the half. So I'll change that up a bit. As well as lineups, you're only going to hear those once they're shown, but I'm doing what I can. But Gold Cup's almost here. It starts on Saturday. You'll definitely see me be live for Jamaica, USA. I'm not completely sure if I'll be home in time for the TFC match. Or home quick enough to where I could set up blazing fast and be up for that TFC match. We'll find out, though. I'm going to try. If I could do the second half into the US match, I will. I may not throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'll at least watch the TFC match on my way home, if I can't be live for the whole thing. But I've also said I will still review it. That is no question whatsoever. I will still review it. I will still talk about it. I may not be able to. The good thing about it being a double live is I could at least do the half and not look completely stupid. The second half and not look completely stupid. But it's going to be tight. I've told you that. After seeing how long it took to get here, I'm sure it'll be easier to get home than get here. But we'll be racing against time. But I don't think we'll do any mall stops, so that helps slightly. But teams are walking out for this game, and the anthems, Cincinnati and Toronto, were both out. Toronto wearing the white, Cincinnati wearing the blue, their river kit. Draw for Africa qualifiers for 2026 will be in a month. Okay. But as I said, one more year to the Euros or Gold Cup. I might just be doing both. You mean Copa America? Wait, you mean Copa America? But still, it technically is a half Gold Cup, half Copa America. How we doing, Winvo? How we doing? Game's about to start. 90 minutes of what could be torture. 90 minutes of what could be a crazy win. Who knows? I don't have many expectations, though. They are playing Larea as center back. At least that's what it looked like on FotMob. I could see it on my phone. But, yeah. I don't know if that's Franklin playing as center back or if that's Petretta or Larea playing as a center back. But to have three outside backs, unless they're going back three, which is, I'm not completely sure. Matt Hedges is hurt. Sigurd Rolsted's on the bench, and they're not starting him. So that's weird. Mabica is starting. So we have Mabica playing a Mascherano role. This is going to end well. Mad at Kime Ordonez for not playing in Copa Oro. And I'm mad for like half the Canadian squad not playing in Copa Oro. So I'm mad that half the Canadian squad basically said peace. Well, that should happen in the Canadian Premier League if they're trying to build the league. So I'm not mad about it. I mean, who knows? Maybe those Tampa fans were there for Disney and then went to a football match too. I mean, what's the worst? Why is that so bad? Why is that so bad? Exactly, but they went full everybody qualifies. But technically, USA, Mexico, Canada still got an advantage. So technically, they still got an advantage with that bye to the quarterfinals. If they win their two-legged quarterfinal, all they got to play in Nations League to get to the Nations League finals for 24, and to Copa Americas to win a two-legged tie, or win a playoff to get in. If they lose that two-legged tie, you get two chances if you're Canada, US, or Mexico without playing a group stage. I think they sort of tried to make it down the middle in some way, shape, or form. I think they tried to say, hey, we're not going to give you free spots to Copa America and have three other teams qualify. But what we will do is give you a free shot, a free pass to the quarterfinals of Nations League / qualifiers. And all you have to do is win two matches, or I think the playoffs one match. I'm not sure. It seems like it's a single match, but you win one of the two without playing a group stage, you're into the Copa America. So, I mean, I think they should have just did the three and said, hey, the three best Nations League A teams that aren't USA, Canada, Mexico, they come in. Or we'll have them play a mini tournament, another mini tournament, but the finals are the finals, but a mini tournament after the group stage is over, and say, hey, you're still, some of you may be going to the finals still, but we will also have you play this mini tournament. The semifinalists, of course, or the winners of the semifinals go through, and a winner of third place. And there's your other three. They could have done it. It would have been a little bit more harebrained and crazy, but, you know, I mean, Or what you could have done was take the top 4 and have a Nations League finals the same way you did now, but basically have what you're doing now. The top 2 of each group and the best third place team join USA, Canada, Mexico at the quarterfinals of the Nations League. The 3 best finishers of that Nations League that isn't USA, Mexico, Canada would go to Copa America. So, yeah, I mean, that makes... I mean, it's a little bit harebrained, but I guess they want to make it simple. I mean, imagine if TFC finally decided not to have Bradley as the coach anymore, but then they replaced him with Chris Armas, then they hired Bacala, Joachim Love, Graham Potter, Diego Coca, and Tampa Whitmore as assistant coaches. At that point, I feel like I should sue TFC for war crimes or sue them for terrorism. Either way, sue them for attempted terrorism if they were to do that, because they're terrorizing my mental sanity. So if they were to do that, and I mean, they're already on the line. They're already towing the line. They're already towing the line. So if they did that, and then I know they're trying to just ruin things. For what reason, I don't know. If it's... I don't know. Be interesting to see. But teams are about to start playing the head-to-head between both these sides. 12-1-4 for Cincinnati, 3-5-10 for Toronto, 40 points to 19, 27 goals to 17 goals, 16 goals against to 21. That actually ain't that far off. 8 clean sheets to 6. Not that far off either. Just could have turned some of those draws into wins. That would have been great. But actually, we're only, 10 points off of St. Louis, so that actually isn't too bad. We're not that far out, but it's not fun. FC Cincinnati starting 11. Roman Celentano in goal, back 3. Ray Gaddis, Ian Murphy, Alvis Powell. The midfield 4, Alvaro Barrial, Angulo, Obina Nwobodo, Arias. Front 3, Luciano Acosta, Yuya Kubo, and Dominique Badji. The front 3 for FC Cincinnati. It's a little bit of a rotated side, but they're still a good side. It should be easy for them to pull something or do something here. And for TFC, in goal, Greg Ranjit Singh, the back 4, Raul Petretta, Aime Mabaka, Richie Larea, Kobe Franklin. Midfield 3 of Mark Anthony Kay, Jonathan Osorio, Brandon Servania. Front 3, Lorenzo Insigne, Federico Bernadeschi, and CJ Sapong. And we're playing Larea as a center back. And Ralsted's on the bench, and Shane O'Neill's on the bench. You could have, okay, sure. That makes no sense whatsoever. This is going to be a fun night. Let's see how it plays out. If it's more of a back 3 with Franklin dropping in and Richie going forward, this is going to be interesting. Or maybe Richie comes off at the half and they play one of the actual center backs. Which, again, sort of makes no sense. Which, I mean, maybe that's why they're putting Richie back there. Playing forward, Servania tips it over, caught by Celentano. Yeah, you're sort of painting that picture for me, and I can totally see you're right. 30 seconds in. TFC wearing white, Cincinnati wearing their blue. That's a throw-in for Cincinnati, the league leaders. If this somehow isn't 4 or 5-0 at the end of it, I'm going to be shocked. Maybe I'm just setting expectations real low. I mean, yeah, they had a good couple of seconds, but they didn't do anything with it. CJ Sapong trying to press Celentano, and he pulls off and lets the center back get the ball. Okay. 89 more minutes of this. Sure. Heads on. Oh, by the way, we're playing the 2 best teams in the East this week. And they make us play through Gold Cup for what? Mabaka. And Richie is the center back in a back 3. Bradley. You should have just let him stay with Canada if you're going to play him like this. You really should have. You really should have. So Oso and Larea are playing for TFC for one game before they have to go back to Canada for the Gold Cup, which is just crazy in itself. They're not even playing in Toronto. So, or they may even play on Saturday. Who knows? Because technically Canada doesn't play till Wednesday. Yeah, I think, Wednesday, because they're Group D. Yep, Wednesday. That is true. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe they're getting advantage of that extra time. Yep, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, actually Tuesday, my bad. They're playing Tuesday. They're playing the first game on Tuesday, my bad, but next. So, basically a week, 6 days from now, yeah. There's no break. Yeah. Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. Yeah. My bad. I undercounted or overcounted. Either way, Bernadeschi going forward. They're not playing on Saturday then. They are going to be with Canada. Why for one game? Plays for it. I mean, Oso needs it. I get it. But Richie didn't have to come back. Insigne chips it through. That was hilarious. Nice play. I mean, Oso needs the match fitness because he just came back from injury. He's played 3 full matches. I think, he needs the match fitness, especially if he has to really carry the Canada squad because he's one of the bigger players on it because they went B team. So I get it. I think he should play. I understand it. I think it's beneficial for both sides unless he pulls a muscle. If he stays healthy throughout this match, it's beneficial. But for Richie, I guess he wanted to just accompany his dude and be like, if you're here, I'm here. That's the only thing that makes sense for why Richie Larea is playing today for TFC instead of staying with Canada. That's the only thing that makes sense. He said, I want to come back with Oso for a day, which I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, you have no reason. It's not even a home game. So just saying you're leaving just say he goes back to Forest and there's no loan back or no buyback. It's not even a home game today. Why? Makes no sense. If it was a home match at BMO, you would get 2 applauses. One you play here, then one at Guadalupe. Or play Guadalupe. This is not a BMO, though. So, I guess maybe just one last run for old good time's sake, in case. But it shows how committed he is. But then why? But if you knew he was going back, why would you do that? If you're not getting him back. So in that case, that just makes no sense either. I mean, that's bad asset management. For a Forest's point of view, they're giving Larea one extra chance to get hurt that he wouldn't have had he just kept him at the Gold Cup or with the Gold Cup squad. From Toronto's point of view, if you're not keeping him, why give him one more run out? You really shouldn't. Get the team used to playing without him. I mean, you could do that through the Gold Cup, but again, it's not too smart. If it was a home game, sure, I understand it. It's an away match in Cincinnati. Who, besides maybe 50 away fans, 100 away fans at best, are there to give you adulation? I mean, it just doesn't seem right. Playing forward, TFC. I know I went on a tangent there. There's a Major League Rugby in U.S. I know I watch it because the Toronto Arrows are in there. I like rugby too, but there's a Toronto team. Yeah, so I watch it. It's on FS2 most of the time. Yeah, the Toronto Arrows suck, I know, but nobody talks about Major League Rugby, so that's no water off my back. Acosta fouled. TFC's playing good pretty recently, though. I got to say, TFC's playing good. As of now, TFC's playing pretty good. 0-0 between both sides. Gabriel Pereira scored against Atlanta for NYFC. They're finally winning on the road. I watch as much as I can. I don't do any on the channel. Maybe I will next season. Arias takes the shot right to Ranjit Singh. Tomas Romero put on a show yesterday. I heard. I saw the result as I was coming up here. Yes, he was. and then he wanted to go home for family reasons. So, yeah, pretty much. It was a waste of money. But I actually saw the result on my way up because I woke up at like, 5 in the morning. Took like 10 hours to get down here. So I was looking on my Instagram. I saw the result. I'm like, Tomas Romero drew with Korea? Well, El Salvador and Tomas Romero. Was Zavaleta in the back line? I was shocked. That's actually a pretty good performance. I mean, I should have thought that it was mostly him, or at least he had a really big part in it because it's South Korea. Yeah, but I was happy for him because I kind of figured it was partly him. I couldn't watch the match, but certainly Zavaleta wouldn't have done a damn job. He's good for El Salvador. I shouldn't pick on him, but I still will. He probably did play well for some reason because he plays well for El Salvador. I don't know why. He doesn't play well for club, whether it is Toronto or LA Galaxy. He doesn't play well for club. It makes no sense. He cares more about his country, I guess. But eighth minute. But yeah, Romero, I'm happy with the performance. It sucks he's on international duty, so even when he comes back, who knows when he gets a start. He still hasn't gotten a start for TFC, not even any minutes, which I guess is a good thing, but considering your starter isn't hurt, but why both goalkeepers being internationals makes no sense to me. NYCFC, 42 seconds in, 1-0. Oh, we already covered that. 9th minute, 0-0. TFC is playing well, though, but I want to see Romero get a run out with TFC at some point. Maybe he gets to start later on in the month with the last couple of games before Sean comes back, or post-Leagues Cup, or Leagues Cup plus, because basically the last game before the Saturday before Gold Cup final is the last game of the league before TFC starts their Leagues Cup run. So with El Salvador probably not going further than quarterfinals at the very best, they probably won't. It's very likely Tomas Romero plays 1 or 2 matches for TFC before Johnson takes his place back during Leagues Cup. So I guess we have to, go through 3 matches with Ranjit Singh, 3 or 4, maybe 1 with Gavron, which Ranjit Singh hadn't had to do much yet. He's a talented keeper. He's had his history. Wait, Winvo would know. That's true. Slower pace. So what about Toronto has 73% possession? Nice. Maybe we'll pull some off. I had no expectations. Not at all. None. Tenth minute, playing forward. Oso, the captain tonight. Osorio. So what about Galaxy, though? I mean, they sort of play at a snail's pace. Do they even play at a pace is the question, though. Exactly, they don't. But yeah, Greg Ranjit Singh, I think he's a talented goalkeeper, but we'll see. It's basically like, hey, we have 3 goalkeepers, and they all could start, which is, I guess, a good thing in general. 1-1 equalizer for New York, or against New York, I should say. Yeah, City's in the mud. So when they going to get rid of Cushing? When? I say you should do it pretty soon. That's just my opinion. 11th minute. Oh, that's not good. Kay heads it away. Good for him. Not a bad play. He didn't get called up to the Nations League squad, which I'm happy with, because he shouldn't have been. He didn't deserve it at that point. And he also didn't get called up to the Gold Cup squad either, which is absolutely hilarious. Man, he sucks now, doesn't he? Celentano versus Sapong. Celentano gets to it, can play it forward. But again, he doesn't deserve that call up either. But the funny part is Mark Anthony Kaye couldn't even get called up for the B team at the Gold Cup. Wait, hold on. Well, I turned it off. From the Titus Vangles, too. I don't think he did. Because if he did, he'd be a locked-on starter, and I'd be angry. So Tyler Wolff is good. I agree. I wish we had him instead. If I say somebody's a good player, they're a good player. They'd be a good MLS player. Like, seriously, I am so good at picking out players that would be good in MLS. Like, if my eye is caught, saved by Ranjit Singh. If my eye is caught, I'm going to be following that player. Not like they're ever going to go to Toronto unless, well, I had my hands in it. But I will definitely be following that player because, personally, if I, just saying. I do a little bit of scouting. If I was actually managing, I would do more. Play forward. Oh, that's out. Tyler Wolff is good. Like, I don't know. During that Spain-Italy game, the best thing of it was Yeremy Pino. Yeremy Pino is a wonderful footballer. Would be amazing in MLS. Good striker. Got pace. Heads-up play. He plays at a mid-tier. I think he's Villarreal. Yeah, he plays Villarreal. They could easily make a move for a guy like him. I mean, it would sort of be a little bit of a backwards move, but, I think TFC and Yeremy Pino work both ways. Yeremy Pino could build from that to go to a place either equal to or better than Valencia. Or not Valencia, Villarreal. Villarreal after Emery, I mean, I think I'd rather get out personally, but that's just me. Emery made Villarreal punch above their weight like he is Villa. And like he did Sevilla. Ball crossed in. Header! That'll be a free kick for TFC. Seriously, though, Unai Emery, and this is all the respect, he's good at coaching teams that are small. He's a genius. Once you give him the backing of a giant club, it never goes well. The only reason PSG went semi-well is because PSG is PSG. Arsenal went horribly. I think he lost the locker room pretty quickly, too. But he didn't have enough time to rid the dead wood and then get his system in. I think that's what that ruined him at Arsenal, was that. PSG is PSG, so that's a circus all its own, but you're still going to win the league, maybe the cup. But he didn't get what they exactly wanted. But when it comes to small clubs like Villarreal, Aston Villa, Sevilla, or smaller clubs that has a name recognition but not that much, or going on hard times, Unai Emery's the perfect guy for a team like that. Perfect. He's a perfect guy for a team like that. And I think he's in the right place with Aston Villa, and I hope they win the Conference League next year. Unless they're playing an Italian team, then, well, there you go. But I sort of do hope for Aston Villa. 67% to 33%. I do have a soft spot for Villa. I just do. Probably because John Terry was there for that last year of his career. Just stuck. Servanya's holding his gut. Oh, my God. And Servanya's holding his gut. His abs. Oh, boy. It just keeps happening. Servanya. Oh, he got kicked in the nuts. Oh. Okay, I can see why. Yep. Okay, at least he didn't tear anything. He's not going to feel good for the rest of the game, but ball up. But he got kicked in the nuts. But he's up. You'll get your win back. It'll hurt tomorrow, but if you score a goal, it's worth it. I guess not, but still. See, I see why he went down and held his gut, because you feel it more in your gut, in your lower or your upper pelvic region, but he'll be fine. Hopefully he was wearing a cup. Makes it a little bit better, which is probably why the initial shock is probably worse. Only problem is we're missing Thiago Martins due to injury, and we don't have a number 9 until we can find a perfect striker's second transfer window. That's a problem. And we have problems, too. That's a throw in for Cincinnati. Oh, TFC throw. 17th minute. 0-0. Still 0-0 with a net 45. Plays forward. Oso. Oof. Oh, that wasn't good. Acosta. Cleared. 17th minute. Playing forward is Cincinnati. TFC's played the better game so far. I think TFC has been the better side so far. Crazy, I know. With a somewhat not perfect 11 and against the best team in the league, we're the better team. I would get a goal before that stops, but that's just me. Bernadeschi plays forward. Insigne. Lorenzo Insigne. Insigne! Blocked. They'll be out for a TFC throw. Thoughts on the new format CONCACAF used for qualifiers? Which one? Nations League or Gold Cup qualifiers? 2-0 Charlotte over Red Bulls. Man, Red Bulls suck. 18th minute. Lol. Because Nations League, I like the Swiss system with it. I like how it looks. I'm good with the Swiss system when it comes to the Nations League. Mabaka gets taken down. Free kick for TFC. Nwobodo gets the yellow. World Cup 2026. I haven't committed that to memory yet. I'm not going to lie. I haven't committed that CONCACAF format to a memory yet. I won't probably get it committed to memory. And I don't have my iPad with me because the stats didn't work. So, yeah, I'll give you my thoughts on that closer to when it matters. Because I missed the boat on when they announced it. So, when it's closer to when it matters, I'll tell you what I think about 3 months before qualifiers actually start. Or when I get it committed to memory. Either way, maybe on live when I get it committed to memory. Video when it's closer to qualifiers actually starting. So you'll get both. That works? Good. We still got stuff to do. Maybe closer to Copa America or the end of the year. When I have some time to do it. I saw the video. I saw the new format. I just didn't commit it to memory the first time I saw it. Because it wasn't really. I mean, I guess it could have been had I wanted to talk about it, but I think I had something to do the day after. I don't remember. Ben Bender got one of the goals for Charlotte. Oh, finally, he scored again. Good for him. 20th minute. Cincinnati to play forward. I think Ben Bender's a damn good player. I think he's talented. He was last year. Fell off a bit. Sophomore slump. But sometimes that happens. I think he sort of got unpreferred anyway. Oh, God, Insigne. That's a horrible pass. No. Baji. Richie Larea makes a good recovery run. That'll be a free kick for TFC. You know what? Richie might could play center back. You know what? I'm not so unsold on it, you know? He could actually play center back. He has the pace. I mean, yeah, that was a long ball, but still. 6 fouls to 1. Damn, Cincinnati shithousing. Okay. And it's funny because I'm only like, what, 3 or 4 hours away from this match? No. Should have. 21st minute. Playing forward. Pow. Pretty much takes away. Anyway, 2 goals by Ben Bender. Both goals. 21st minute. Sapong. Nice forward play, but that'll be a foul. Free kick for Cincinnati. Yeah, no. He's too, well, crazy. I mean, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. 22nd minute. '22nd minute. 0-0. To play 4. Oh. Barreal. Larea. Oof. That's out for a corner. But TFC is still playing the better game. They look better. They look like the better side. Orlando 1-0. Let's go, Winvo. Good for them. Good for Orlando. Good for Orlando City, I should say. They're beating Philadelphia. No Gaese. Huh. Who scored? So no Gaese. They're beating Philadelphia. Who scored? You better hold on. Orlando, you better hold on. City, I should say. Doesn't really help TFC, but who cares? Save by Ranjit Singh. Good play. Springs forward. Insigne. Oh, what a play by Ranjit Singh. Insigne. Blazing. Cross. Bernadeschi. And he loses it to Barreal. McGuire. Wasn't he the striker playing during Champions League that we had no idea about? But I thought he was pretty talented. Wasn't that the guy? Am I crazy or wasn't that the guy? Their draft pick. Is he that striker that I thought was pretty damn good and nobody really knew about during Champions League? I think that's the guy. I may be wrong, but I think that's the guy. I'm not wrong. He's a good player. I'm not wrong. He's a good player. But, again, I'm not wrong. I was never going to be wrong. It was him. Thought so. Yeah, no, he's a good player. Turns out I was right. Huh. Of course I am. Baji tries to round. Ranjit Singh. Barreal over the bar for Alvaro Barreal. 0-0 in the 24th minute. Yeah, I thought so. I sort of got him. I thought I almost got him confused with somebody else, but I thought it was him. Yeah, but good player. I always know. I always know. 3-1. Thoughts on Scotland being back? They're back, yes. Scotland is back, yes. They're a damn good side. And they just freaking savaged Norway. Yeah, Scotland's back. All they got to do is win one game. They're in the Euros. I can't wait to see Scotland versus England again in the Euro group stage. The banter around that would be amazing. But seriously, though, I know. Like, I am an amazing assessor of talent when it comes to the sport of football. If there was no salary cap and I was TFC manager, I would have the best first transfer window without a salary cap of anybody. Like, I'd be busy as a mug if they took away the salary cap and I was the manager. I'd be like, boom, 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 boom. I got a list of players that I saw Gold Cup qualifiers and Gold Cup. I've got players I've seen in Caribbean Cup and Central American Cup. I got European-based players. I got MLS players who are free agents. I got a list. Hell, I got European named players with a name. I got young players and players with a name. I got free agents. I got Gold Cup players. I got everything. We're going to sign like 10 of them, if not 15. It's going to work out, trust me. Shot past the post. That'll be a goal kick for Ranjit Singh, 26th minute. I wouldn't like it if it was still 16 teams. I don't think that's the way it should be. I think we're at the perfect spot. Honestly, 32 would be better, but if you can't do that, I think they should go to 32. I think 24 is a little bit. I think they are going to 32, aren't they? Yeah, they should be. If they are, they should be. If they aren't, they should be. If they are, good. 26th minute. I can tell you one player that I saw that I think would be really good for TFC, at least as a backup, if not a spot starter. I think Taquan Terrell, the player off St. Kitts, the reason they got to the playoff final there, I think Taquan Terrell's a talented player. I think he could definitely take the step up to MLS. I said what I said. And once he goes to MLS and he plays for, I don't know, Cincinnati, and he's a star, come back to me. Come back to me and tell me I was right, like I always am. 27th minute. Yeah. 27th minute. Because you know if TFC doesn't sign a guy like Taquan Terrell, he'll sign for like Columbus and just light it up. And I'm like, told you. Told you. You didn't listen. Well, you get my point. Petretta plays forward. Bernadeschi. Bernadeschi! Shot! And he misses it! He missed it, Bernadeschi! No! Was there a touch? Or will it be a goal kick for Celentano? Well, yeah, I'm not surprised, though. Nice play through. Bernadeschi onside. He put it way wide. Yep, goal kick. Damn it, Fetty. He hasn't scored in a while. But that was a good play. That was a good play. Good run for Federico. Could have been better. 28th minute. Celentano to take the goal kick. Derek Etienne and Miles Robinson got international duty, including Thiago Almada, Luis Abram. Unfortunately, Santiago Sosa, Eric Lopez got an ankle injury. Damn, that's why Atlanta's losing. Or they were, I should say. Yeah, you're losing Etienne, Robinson, Almada, Abram, I guess not. Santiago Sosa, I mean, that's your backup anyway, and he's out for Almada. Your backup for Almada, he's out anyway. And Lopez is a talented player. Yeah, no, I can see why. That's like 3 of your best players. So they have Giakoumakis, though. It's not like, I mean, you could look at it and say, yeah, I mean, they're undermanned, but it's not too bad per se. Petretta. Oh, nice. Insigne beats Arias. Insigne. Lorenzo Insigne. Still Lorenzo. Oh, my word. And he gives it away. Petretta tries to get the foot forward. Gets to Luciano Acosta. Plays forward. Insigne. Damn. Insigne is playing a good match. I mean, Montreal won, Nashville 0. Bryce Duke scored. Well, I mean, let's just remember, Toronto did score first on Nashville the last game we played. So, I mean, and we're worse than Montreal, technically, right now, as the points say. So, and we have worse managing, too. So, I'm not too surprised with how Losada's turning the team into a better side. How they've basically just grown in the blink of an eye. Let's see here. Yes. Scored first, yes. I'm sure the goal wasn't as good as Insigne's, but still. Insigne, speaking of, Insigne making the run, and that'll be cleared by Cincinnati. Insigne doesn't cut it back far enough. Or, yeah, doesn't cut it back far enough. That is true. Exactly. Luciano Acosta. Good defense by Richie Larea. Richie's freaking hyped. I think he could play center back. You know what, Bradley? I'll give you one. Richie can play center back if need be. I'm not saying all the time, but he can do it. You know what? I'll give Bradley that one. I normally don't, but I'll give him that one. Richie can play center back. This actually has turned out better than I thought. It's all because Richie's pace, but damn. Richie's hyped. I don't blame him. He's made 2 big plays. 2 big plays Richie Larea's made as a center back. No foot wrong yet. You know what? I'll give it to Bradley. I'll give it to him. I thought he was playing chicken with Richie playing center back, cutting off our offense, and then to supplement our defense. But you know what? I like it. I'm going to give him his due. It's a little bit wonky, but you know what? I like wonky sometimes. I do. So, as you know, I do like wonky sometimes. So, that'll do for me. That'll do for me. It just played out well. 32nd minute. I think Bradley's swinging his sword a little bit, but I don't know. Plays in. Arias. Plays on. Ooh, bad giveaway. Insigne. 32nd minute. I'll try at the half. 32nd minute. I might not have comments to the half. I'm just going to say that as is. Or may not see my comments till the half. Just going to say that because I don't think I am. Actually, I think I got time. Hold on. Oh. That's different. Nah, the comments were still there. I guess since I was on LTE, it was calling me a guest. That's different. I'll just let it be. That was weird. That was weird. Oh, there we go. Playing forward. That's out for a goal kick for Ranjit Singh. I didn't lose my comments. It was just stuck at 6 for a while. Somebody type some because I got to 8. Somebody type some. Just anything. Anything. 34th minute. Just a test. 34th minute. See, I don't have the computer. That's the bad part. Can't read comments on the pad either because I tried that before. Plays forward. I tried that before. You do it. For a live chat, so. For Portugal. There we go. We're good. We're good. Nobody's gonna give me props for giving Bradley a good applause. No. Okay. See, I could be the bigger man sometimes. Not really. But still, 35th minute. Corner for Cincinnati, 35th minute. Fortunately, since he scored, it's lagging. Of course it is. Cross in, header, goal. FC Cincinnati score. Arias. Santiago Arias scores. Pops the ball in 1-0. That doesn't surprise me. Hits us on the corner. 1-0 Cincinnati. Santiago Arias. Plays it in off the corner. Santiago Arias scores. 1-0. Crossed in, header, and saved off the line by Ranjit Singh, but Arias puts away the rebound. Bad play by Ranjit Singh, letting it get back out, but Arias plays in, fix the stream. I don't know what to do. You just have to deal with it. It'll fix itself, I think. Normally it fixes itself, but I don't know what to do if it doesn't. Either go to LTE or not. But don't really want to do that. 36th minute, Arias scores. Playing forward, Bernadeschi can TFC tied up right after. Ranjit Singh, I mean, he hadn't had to do much, but that's out for a goal kick for Celentano. It's at a 2. Okay. You know what? Let me refresh. Since he scored, refresh. 36 minutes. Let me just see some here. I'll turn this back on and try it like this. It's about as... It's probably worse, but it'll fix itself. Let that load. 37th minute. Be a free kick. 37th minute. TFC to play forward. Beautiful. Bernadeschi. I mean, TFC's played so well that they really don't deserve to be down at the half. But again, when you're playing the best team in the league, you're going to probably encounter that. But they've played well. How we doing, Ozan? Sadly, Ranjit Singh gave away that one rebound. That rebound roll off the hand, which just wasn't what you wanted to see. Insigne, Bernadeschi, Osorio, Sapong plays it on, crosses back. Cervania takes the shot right to Salentano. Thank you. Something here. Let's make sure this is turned. Yep, mute. 38th minute, 1-0. Thirty-eighth minute. Salentano to play forward. I mean, at the half, nil is not really what I expected, to be honest. I expect it to be 2 or 3. So you know what? What can you do? Mm-hmm. Thirty-ninth minute. Playing forwards. K. Foul. No free kick. Huh. Mabaka clears it away. Or will. Get it cleared away. That's going to be a throw, and Elvis Powell pushed out in the 39th minute. Thank you. No, it's not like I got jet lagged. That like button, come on now. You only get jet lagged when you got multiple time zones. It doesn't really feel any different. It's just plus it doesn't really feel anything. Elvis Powell ex Timber. It wasn't Timber, wasn't he? Yeah, it hasn't. Hold on. What does it think? We good? Nah, I think I fixed it. I'm not. Again, the Wi-Fi is just so much shite here. It's better now. I thought so. 41st minute. I can see why there's not as many likes. But yeah, there's no difference. Yeah, that's better. Put on, yeah. Well, yeah, but I didn't think it was that bad. Rolstead comes on for Petretta. Now, I guess so. Larea finishes the match. Kobe Franklin finishes the match. Petretta is off for Okay. Yeah, that's better. I just had to put on 5G. It is what it is. Let me see something here for the last one. So it actually uploaded pretty quickly. So last night, the Wi-Fi was amazing. I think they may be watching some up there. That might be on. Probably injury for Petretta, but we got Franklin. Hopefully they keep Richie. If not, Shaquille could play, but it is what it is. 43rd minute. Well, there you go. Yeah, I can't even. It's actually funny. I think they're watching some up there. That might just be the reason why this getting. It is what it is. Kobe Franklin's still on. It is what it is. 43rd minute, 1-0. I'm going to take it, to be honest. Playing against the best team in the league. Playing a pretty good game and just giving up a rebound. Yeah, that's a pretty good half to me. I had no expectations, though. Maybe they'll come back to get a draw or somehow win. They still have a chance. As long as Ralsted doesn't sell the game like he did what? The Revs game at home, the last time we played the Revs? Better know. I don't hate it, per se. I think I did, didn't I? Yeah. I'll find out. I think I did do my squad pick for this week and all that. I think I did, but no, I remember picking players that weren't playing on the weekend. Yeah, no, I did. I did my squad pick and parlay predictor. Yeah, I did. Okay. I remember it. Yep. Cross in. That's out for a goal kick. 44th minute. And Kobe Franklin's down holding his ribs. It just keeps getting worse. "44th minute. Ninth. Thoughts on Tonali moving to Newcastle? I'm not surprised, but it's actually a pretty good deal. I think Tonali, good player, talented player, would do good with Newcastle. I think he's in a good position. And Kobe Franklin is hurt. Or at least he popped his shoulder. Well, there's our best other outside back not named Richie Larea off. Unless he can play with a separated shoulder. Which, I mean, I guess you could. I guess Powell, he popped out his shoulder, landing on the ground. Nashville losing to Montreal sucks. Yeah, pick it up. We'll see if he comes off at the half. Three minutes of stoppage time. Damn. Throwing for TFC. Like, I don't know exactly how he threw his shoulder out, if it's because of how he hit the ground or how Powell brought him down. I'm not completely sure, but I don't like it. Playing forward. Insigne. Plays up. That's out. 46th minute. Kobe Franklin should be able to come back on, at least it looks like. 2-1 York United. That doesn't surprise me. York's playing good this year. Goal kick. Yep, he should be able to come back on, at least for now. He ain't moving his other arm, though. 2 minutes to go before halftime. Free kick for Cincinnati. Looks like Kobe Franklin's back on. I think I saw 4 in the back line. So, yeah, free kick. He's on. He's playing, at least for the rest of the half. Got it out. I'm okay being down 1-0. It can't be. It's not too bad. I'll take it. To be honest, I'll take it. Greg Ranjit-Singh plays over the top, headed away by Sapong. Good defensive play. Alvis Powell takes the cross. Could be a volley shot. Saved by Ranjit-Singh. Greg Ranjit-Singh makes the save. 1-0 Montreal, 2-0 Charlotte halftime. What about Ilkay Gundogan moving to Barca? I mean, it's a good move. I'm surprised they have the money to sign him. But Ilkay Gundogan signing for Barca, that's a good player. He's no Messi, but he's a definite more Messi type of player. So I think personally it's a good signing. Some they may have needed under Xavi's system. I think Gundogan, if they could get him registered, I think he may be one of the better players in La Liga next year, personally. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a good move. I think it's something that Barcelona needed, especially since they wanted Messi back, at least for half of the season. I think getting a guy like Gundogan is a good stopgap, similar move. 48th minute that could pan out. 48th minute halftime. It's 1-0 Cincinnati with another 45 plus to go for TFC. Could be worse. Ball let in on the rebound from Ranjit-Singh. Arias taps it away. TFC had their chances, though. I think they were the better team. But with that being said, we'll take a short break, talk about not the stats, but my thoughts at the half, because you ain't getting stats till the game is over. Because I can't pull up the stats on here, which is why it was over there until it's too old. And I don't even think I could software update it. So I need to buy a new iPad for stuff like this. So I do. So there you go. By halftime, I'll give you my thoughts at the half after the break. I'll tell you what I think, which is completely what I think. There is no selection bias. Well, I guess there is a selection bias because, I ain't seen the stats. But if I see the stats on the screen, I'll tell you what I see. How about that? But if I don't, I don't. So with that being said, we'll take a short break. Talk about the thoughts at the half. Once this gets on, sit tight. We'll be back. Back for my thoughts at the half. I thought TFC was the better team. I thought they played a better half of football than the league leaders, Cincinnati. I thought Bernardeschi and Insigne were flying around the park. I thought Richie was playing well as a center back. Now playing outside back because, of course, they put on Rosted when Petretto came off. But hey, Richie played a good 40 minutes as a center back. So I got to give Bradley credit for his ingenuity there. Ranjit Singh with a bad spill that led to the goal. But other than that, that's the one thing that hurt TFC tonight. That's it. They've played a pretty good game. They've kept Cincinnati quiet besides that. And it was a self-mistake. 63% possession to 37% possession, 10 shots to 4, 5 shots on goal to 1, 196 passes to 104, 74% pass accuracy to 83, 10 fouls to 5, 2 yellow cards to 2. But even then, I still think TFC is the better team. I thought their chances were better quality. Cincinnati has 1.66 expected goals. And they did score one of them, so it should be 2-0 at the half, as what the expected goals say. But I think that's a little bit harsh, to be honest. I think that's a little bit harsh. I didn't see anything to that level. I think that's a little bit overrated, personally. But that's what I said. They had the stats on the TV, so there we go. So, hey, you still got them. Not the way I would have done it, but you got them anyway. You got them anyway. See? Well, I took a quicker break, I guess. See, the things I do. The things I do. But with that being said, I like what I see, personally. I like what I see when it comes to each half of this game, or the first half of this game. I think TFC should be drawing right now. They're losing by 1, but they could turn this round. They could turn this round. It's not the best moment. It's not the best situation for TFC, but you know what? They can pull this around. They can pull this round. I think they have a chance. Atlanta won. NYCFC won at the half. Saw that. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. But again, I think TFC has been the better team so far. I think they're getting hard. I think being down is them being hard done by in this game. I think they're playing a good game. I think they're playing a wonderful game. But with that being said, let me... Boom, we're back. There we go. So, yeah, we did lose some comments there. 38% possession, 8 shots, 5 shots on target, 4 corners, 0 offside, 11 fouls, 2 yellow card, 1 big chance, 0 big chances missed by Cincy. I mean, that doesn't seem to me like the better team. I mean, the expected goals look a little bit damning, but I don't know if the rebound is a lot of it, to be honest. I mean, that could be the case. I think the rebound probably makes up a lot of those expected goals, considering Ranjit Singh was already down. You got to make a 10-bell save to stop that rebound from happening. 7 minutes to the second half to start. I mean, you kind of have to understand that sort of movement is sort of hard to beat. So, again, yeah, I could see it. Yeah. It is what it is. Gustavo Bo, some of the big goals from the weekend, half match day. 45 more minutes to go in this game. Can TFC turn this round? I think they can. That Ruiz goal was amazing, but I still think the goal that Zel Ryan had was better. Ooh. But there you go. St. Louis got smashed by Nashville on the weekend, 4 out of 8, 50 dribbles, 70% possession loss, 30 total duels, 1 non-aerial duels, 1 by Cincy. They're not playing off the page. They're getting, it looks like they're trying to get the result, but they're not playing off the page. I mean, it's not horrible. Like, TFC is not horrible right now. It is about, I wouldn't say what you expect, but, it's not horrible. Like, they're not looking like the second best. They're looking like they're taking the fight, which at least gives me hope. And there's the LAFC beating SKC game. How we doing, Isaiah? How we doing? Let's go TFC. You can do it. They can do it. I believe they can. I agree. Nice. That's nice. But, yeah, I mean, I think TFC could do this. They can turn this around. They're playing a very good game. Ranjit Singh giving away that 1 rebound is all that really put this game behind the 8 ball. I think this can turn around to a respectable situation or a respectable degree. So, nice. You bought them? Or you just put them in the cart? Boom. Arias with a great tap in, and that's where we are. Another 45 to go. TFC looking like the better team. Can they keep that pushing? And we will see if Kobe Franklin comes back out at the half or comes out to play again at the half with that separated shoulder and how long that'll keep him out. If he plays, well, he'll play through it. If not, it'll take a while. Haven't bought yet. They're on Etsy. So they're fan-made. Or some fan has a certain amount that they're selling off Etsy, which actually that would be smart. That's smart. I don't know if it's for a markup or not, but it probably, well, like if it was me. If it was me, I'm not going to buy a football shirt or I should say championship t-shirt off of Etsy. But I kind of want what's in the locker room or what they wear in the locker room. So, yeah, that's why I see it. But either some fan has like 10 each and trying to sell the 9 of them that they don't want, or, which is smart. TFC don't look bad. I said that. I think TFC look good. Sadly, I think them being down is a little bit them being done hard. Being hard done by so far. So, fan version's less expensive, same quality with better designs. That's fair. That is fair, but that's fair, but you have a point. You have a point, but I wonder if there's a Leagues Cup commercial that's more Liga MX based than MLS based. Because even on Univision, TUDN, they show the MLS based version. I don't think I've ever seen a Liga MX slanted version of the Leagues Cup promo, which is weird. Either MLS is trying to bury Liga MX or they're just saying, hey, you know what? Let's you get what you get. Which I don't think that makes any sense. But, whatever. 1-0 at the start of the second half for Cincinnati they'll be playing again in 2 minutes. Or maybe less, considering, Houston San Jose started. Yes, it did. And here we go. It looks like DeAndre Kerr and Kosi Thompson are coming on at the half. So looks like one of the players will be. Looks like one of the players coming off is Kobe Franklin. The other, probably CJ Sapong, I'm guessing. Kosi Thompson to replace Kobe Franklin. DeAndre to replace CJ Sapong is my guess. Let's see if that is confirmed. So 3 subs with 2 windows, or 3 subs taken, 2 subs with 2 windows to go. I think this is the most subs Bob Bradley's ever made. Yep, CJ Sapong for DeAndre Kerr, Kobe Franklin for Kosi Thompson. St. Louis RSL started. Yep. So that means Kobe Franklin is going to be out for a short while, if not longer. And then Petreta's hurt. Ooh, boy, if we don't keep Richie. Well, I shouldn't say that. If the injury crisis isn't over by the Gold Cup end, we're in some trouble. CJ's a fake striker. Feels a bit CJU there. But second half's about to start. TFC to kick off. BJ Callahan to the Galaxy confirmed. Don't give me fake news. Houston, Amine Bassi, 3 minutes. 1-0 Houston. Houston's good. Or is that Callahan as an assistant coach to Greg Vanny's coaching staff? Which basically means Greg Vanny has one more humiliating loss. He's gone, and BJ Callahan's the manager, right? That's got to be it. DePaula to the Galaxy confirmed. Yeah, that's even less likely, with him playing for a Europa League finalist in Roma. That's even less likely. 45th minute. 46th minute, TFC playing forward, starting off on the front foot again. Oh, wait, no, it can't even happen this summer. Oh, wait, right. At least the Callahan news could be possibly true. The Dybala part, though, is like, really? They can't even make a summer signing internationally, I think. And, yeah, that would be after the season. So, technically, no. 2-0 Houston. Oh, my God. I'm glad. I don't think Toronto plays Houston this year. So, you know what? I'm glad. I'm glad. I would not want to play them. Kosi Thompson. Like, I legitimately, the past couple of times TFC has played Houston, it's been a horrible result. Like, a result that makes me angry. Chiellini to the LA Galaxy confirmed. Well, technically, that is a trade. Brandon Servania for Kosi Thompson. Huh? You sure about that? No, Kobe Franklin is playing. It was Brandon Servania that got taken out. Cross in, saved by Ranjit Singh. It was Brandon Servania that got taken out for Kosi Thompson, not Kobe Franklin. Really? Okay, that was shocking. That's shocking. Bernadeschi plays forward. Kosi Thompson can't get the run on, but that would have been great if he did. TFC wearing white, Cincinnati wearing blue. Rosted to play forward. Ranjit Singh plays forward to Rosted. "48th minute. Oso plays back. Larea. Bernadeschi. Nice play. Cleared by Alvis Powell. Didn't get it to Insigne. That's a throw-in for TFC. 48th minute. 1-0. as things stand. Bernadeschi to play forward. Larea still plays it through to Insigne. Richie Larea has to wheel out to get to it. Bernadeschi. Oh, free kick for TFC. There we go. 49th minute. (1-0). Let's see if TFC can take the draw. Bernadeschi to take this free kick. If I do, it's called a copyright strike. I can't do it. It's a watch along for a reason. '50th minute. Again, it's a watch along for a reason. I show the screen, I get a copyright strike. That's not what I'm here for. '50th minute. Free kick to be taken. It's like radio, to be honest. Bad giveaway. Costa. Nice play by Richie, but it goes forward still. Nwolbodo. Kobe Franklin gets there. Free kick for TFC. And Kobe Franklin's okay. 2-0 Orlando City. Larea to play forward. Bernadeschi against Barreal. Larea. Free kick. Yep. I remember hearing that name, yeah. 51st minute. So I guess technically I could play center back if I wanted to. Wouldn't go well because I can't jump, but Bernadeschi. Nice for Orlando City. Yep. Rosted, Thompson. Bradley's made 3 subs. Kind of forced to, but he's made 3 subs. For the first time ever in one game, especially before the 70th minute. I legitimately can't believe it. I feel like I've seen a ghost. 52nd minute. Headed on. Oso. Plays it back. Richie Larea. Cozy Thompson. Nice play. TFC making the run here. Nice. In through, but that'll be cleared by Cincinnati. 52nd minute. Charlotte 2-1. Dante Van Zier scores for the Red Bulls. Nice play. DeAndre Kerr brings it back. I mean, he should have just went forward. That's awesome. No Ivacic tonight. Yeah, that sucks. But it's a lot about that thing we call jet lag. That's the problem. Bernadeschi. Nice. Kerr plays it through. Free kick for Cincinnati. Thompson fouls. Trying to get the ball in a very dangerous area. But TFC still looking like the better team. This is going to suck if they don't even get a point, let alone 3. Let alone 3. Like, the Doomers and the realists, I should say, can be mad. Today, TFC played well. Cincy scored 2. And scratch that, they didn't. Cincy scored 2. That's out for a throw. Throw in for Richie Larea. When did it happen? Am I that behind? Rosted. Oh my God, it was Rosted who gave it away. Ranjit Singh. Another Ranjit Singh mistake. Luciano Acosta makes TFC pay. It's 2-0. Ranjit Singh with 2 mistakes blows the game. Well, yeah, now it's blown. Luciano Acosta. Yeah, let's start Gavran on the weekend. Yeah, that would be good. Yep. Luciano Acosta scores. If it wasn't for Greg Ranjit Singh, we would have won this game, or at least drawn it. Oh, it's burning me. Oh my God. So that's why he's never played until today for TFC. My God. Oh my God. Yes, it is. I've had it since grade 9, I think. Maybe grade 8. I think we couldn't use rollers in high school, and that's why I had to get that. So I think it was grade 9, but I used it all in the high school years. And I'm still using it now. 55th minute, Luciano Acosta scores. 2-0, and it's 2 Greg Ranjit Singh mistakes. If it wasn't for Greg Ranjit Singh, we'd be drawing. Good for you. Since you're definitely the stronger team, I see this team as supportive Shield leaders. There are, but today, Toronto, if only for 2 mistakes, they're still the slightly better team. Like, even then, they're still the slightly better team. It is what it is. They're the slightly better team. Yeah, I know, but we were former Spoon winners as well, so hey, at least the third straight Spoon they got, we handed to them. So you know what? Cincinnati's become good, though. Similar to a Toronto-type situation. Kubo. Baji still. Kubo. Shot. Past the post. Nope. Apple TV. 56th minute. And I think this is where Cincinnati starts busting out. That's just, yeah. Because all Toronto can do now is give up because they're not scoring 2 goals. 1-0 RSL. They're not scoring 2 goals. They may score 1. Stream East. That actually doesn't work for Apple TV. I told some other people. Turns out it doesn't work for Apple TV for either MLB or MLS. 56th minute. Plays back. Barrial. Oh. Good clearance. But again, 2 Greg Ranjit Singh mistakes just cost Toronto 3 points or even a point. Dear Lord. Equalizer by Red Bull, 2-2. Oh, okay. So it's about the link, not about the game. There is a link for okay. Heard Bacala wants to sign Scott Kennedy. If he dissets or unseats Ime Mabaka, I'm going to be mad about it. 2-1 NYCFC. This is true. Union 2-1. No, I couldn't believe that they won. I'm not surprised they got in. I knew they got in because they made the Apertura final in 22. Yeah. Yeah, they did. I know they did that. I wasn't surprised. It was the fact that they won the CCL is what surprised me. Union don't lay down. Club Leon, the Lions of Mexico. Club Tigres, the Tigers of Mexico. Olympia, the Lions of Honduras. Orlando City, the Lions of USA. True. Now you're going to make me look at all the freaking mascots. Vancouver Whitecaps, wave. Motagua. Blue Cyclone. Alajuelense. Rojiblanco. Atlas. Rojiblanco. LAFC. The black and gold. Austin, the trees. 59th minute. Because they're bottle jobs. I didn't know they would actually win the thing. They were playing three tomato cans on their way to a final. Or I should say 2 tomato cans. Tigres who choked. And then they played LAFC. You thought LAFC would just be crowned. Because Leon are bottle jobs. I didn't think they'd get through the semifinal, let alone win the final. Playing forward, that's a free kick for FC Cincinnati, 60th minute. So, yeah, I mean, I was surprised. Acosta. TFC are the only team in MLS not to have a radio broadcast. I know, crazy. Diego Luna scored for RSL. Not really surprised he's their wonder kid. Yeah, he's a good player. 14 fouls to 7. But again, I hope. Sad to say we can no longer use the Leon Maple Leafs logo anymore. You're right. Because it was a green leaf instead of a blue leaf. Because the Leafs used to have a green logo back in the early days. Green leaf logo. And that's what I used, just threw the Leon logo on top. Didn't have to do much work for that. I didn't have to do much work. Still like 5 minutes. That's the part I'll miss the most. I'll miss using it. At least it felt good to sort of make fun of my own pain with my hockey team by making fun of another fan base. It's similar. Or I wouldn't say, or making fun of their struggles. Eagles of Honduras. Oh, yeah, they have an eagle in their symbol, but they are also the Blue Cyclone. Technically. They're both. I've heard Cyclone Blue. True, yes. Those tornadoes are a cyclone. Funnel clouds are a cyclone. Technically, it's not a tornado until it touches the ground, but the updraft is what makes the tornado. There you go. 61st minute. First Euros, I assume, 2008? Yes. Yes. If LAFC didn't win MLS Cup, I'd say make one for them. See, but it's not. There's a difference. It's Leon are great in the league. They're not good in Champions League. They bottled the Champions League. So they get all these high expectations just to blow it in the most miraculous of ways. That's why it became a thing. LAFC has only won 1 MLS Cup, 2 Supporter Shields. And you could say they failed in a pretty spectacular way. They did lose another CCL final, but that was a one-legged final where they did blow it. But I believe that them losing Eduardo Atuesta made them lose. Like that red card shot past the post was why they lost. In the end, that is why they lost. The midfield collapsed. Ironically enough, Mark Anthony Kaye had a hand in that. Because didn't Kaye get traded to Colorado halfway through 21? So that's when Bradley told him to screw off the first time. And then he traded back for him a year later. But for Toronto, it made no sense. Like, you told the dude to screw off already, and you brought him back. That was never going to work. I don't know why they thought it was ever going to work. Well, I mean, it's the TFC besides. It's really goalkeeper mistakes. I'm not mad at the loss. Because TFC's played well against the best team in the East. I'm taking away silver linings. I didn't have many expectations. There's 3. And Dominic Badji scores the 3rd. It's 63rd minute, 3-0. Now, Cincy 3, rip. And Dominic Badji scores the 3rd. Now it's over. Dominique Badji in the 64th minute. To play forward, Acosta. And Acosta, oh, Badji. I mean, he brought down Mabaka. I mean, that doesn't really, nobody could catch him. And you could say that Ranjit Singh came too far off his line, and got nutmeg. So Ranjit Singh, he's not an attacking mid, he's not an 8, and frankly, he's a clumsy 6. Exactly. Of course I remember. Most really don't. Well, I guess at the time they didn't care. Of course I remember. And he was part of the reason it imploded. So I honestly should have seen the fact that K was going to be crap for TFC coming, but that was hindsight. I'm not surprised. To the point where he's not even getting called up for Canada anymore. Yeah, I agree with that. Ranjit Singh has been signed to the main team since the start of 2022. He's just never gotten a start or an appearance. Because Bradley loves him. Bradley thinks he's a great goalkeeper because he played for LAFC as a pool goalkeeper in 21. And I guess that was enough for Bradley to bring him in. And, of course, since Ranjit Singh is from Brampton, hometown boy, he probably chose to come home. So he probably doesn't care that he's only really getting TFC 2 starts in this 1 start. But I guarantee you on the weekend, they better start Luka Gavran. No. So away goals that knocked him out, 1-1. Actually, though, I thought the Italians were playing well in the first half. The second half, they sort of just given up. Yeah, at this point, yeah, you're right. I think we've already been that way when you didn't get Bradley sacked. When Bradley didn't get sacked at the end of 2022, no, it's a dumpster fire. It has been a dumpster fire. Yeah, that reminds me of that. Yep. Can we get Bradley fired? Who signed him? You mean Ranjit Singh? That's a Bradley signing. And he was signed at the start of 2022. He's been with the club for 2 seasons. And just been playing TFC 2 games till now. And they almost did. 66th minute. They didn't blow it. But yeah, no, now I'm starting to get pissed off. The first half was great for TFC. Ever since they allowed the second, they've just completely given up. They've given up because they know they can't score 2 goals. They know they really can't score 3. They know they can't score more than 1. At least deep down, they know. Deep down, they know that scoring 1, maybe 2 is their hope. They can't outscore anybody, which is the worst thing. Because, again, they don't have... Their Italians ain't outscoring anybody, which is just sad. I still think Herdman's slightly better than Bacala. Yeah, I remember that. Because technically we are the worst Canadian team as of now. So I guess they... Technically, when they can choose who they show, they want the ratings. So Kubo is coming off for Ordonez in the 68th. So again, it's pretty much, yeah. This is what I expected. Now, this is what I expected. Pinto is coming on as well for Cincinnati. Ordonez for Kubo. Yep, FC Cincinnati's top of the East. Deservedly so. And Ian Murphy's off. Yeah, I could see why. Kind of has that vibe. 69th minute. Or Kubo stayed on. Badji is off. And Ian Murphy is off for Ordonez. 69th minute. York 2, Halifax 2. Doesn't look like Nashville's beating Montreal, losing 1-0. Bernadeschi out and Senior out. And here comes Barrial over the bar. Yeah, I know. I should have been more. I got fooled. Even the second goal was a goalkeeper mistake, but they gave up after the second. That was pretty early in the second half. They gave up, and they don't care now. That's the worst part. So I didn't expect them to give up, throw in the towel. I didn't expect them to have another goalkeeper mistake that made them throw in the towel. But again, I thought it was until they just gave up. Another goalkeeper mistake and they gave up. Yeah. See, I admit that when it comes to Toronto, I am a bit more biased and a bit more hopeful. I've admitted that. And you could say for Canada as well, but for a while it didn't look like that save. Yeah. So, yeah, the predictions for anything else, I pretty much freaking nail. But when it comes to Toronto, it's like, you know what? Maybe this is salvageable when you know it's not. So, I guess it just isn't. 70th minute. Exactly. I try. I definitely say what needs to be said after the game. But before the game and during, well, even during maybe, but before the game though, yeah. They were unbeaten in 4 till this though. Cincinnati have had a fantastic second half. They have. But again, Cincinnati is looking like the best team in the East. Now Toronto's given up. Hopefully this gets Bradley fired. Has TFC won any games by 2 goals? Let's see this season. I don't think they have, but let me just check. That was a loss. That was a loss. Draw. They won by 1 against Miami. They drew Columbus Crew. They won by 1 against Miami. No, it was 2-0. They beat Miami 2-0 for their first win of the season, week 4. I thought it was 2-1. 2-0. So, no, they have. Or by more than 2 goals. They've won by 2 goals. Yeah. Draw. So they did win by 2 goals at least once. Let's see. They drew 2-2. They could have won that by 2 goals, but no. Draw. Draw. Loss. 4-2. 72nd minute. 1-0. Lost by 2. Lost by 1. Lost by 2. Draw. Lost by 1. Plays forward. 1 by 1. Draw. 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 So, no, they've won 1. Montreal win. How many points are on TFC up are they? I think that would be, it's either 8 or 9. Not Bob's fault. Players suck. No, it's Bob. It's Bob. I don't care. The players actually, I think the players have talent. I think the players, as you can see with that 4-game unbeaten run that they had, the players can do something. There is talent with the players. I think you got it reversed. Bob sucks. Lorenzo looked good in the first half. Insigne or Bernadeschi looked good in the first half when they were playing and they could try. They looked good. The team looked good for 40 minutes. Hell, even after the rebound, they looked good for 45 minutes. I thought they did. I don't think this is on the players. I think it's on Bob. I think you have it mixed up. I think you have it backwards. And then freaking MLSE backed Bob instead of their own players. Shouldn't have been done. Exactly. Yep, but that's what happens when you start your third string goalkeeper against the best team in the East. Doesn't surprise me. Exactly. I didn't say K had talent. I said the best 11. Servania has talent. Coelho has talent. Kobe Franklin has talent. Larea has talent. Mabica has talent. Hedges has talent. O'Neal and Rawstead are serviceable. No, K is finished though. But oh wait, he's one of Bob's boys. If they're one of Bob's boys, they're not good. They're finished. AKA K, AKA Michael Bradley, AKA Diamande. If they're on Bob's side of the locker room, they're washed. If they're on the other side, or probably closer to what Bernadeschi and Insigne think, they're probably on the right side of history. Or I would say they are, I should say. Or at least if he would have got fired when they tried. Which they were right, but you know. Barreal is off for Halsey. Osorio's good too. Yeah, he's not on that side of the locker room. Yeah, Oso's good. Looks like Christian Gutierrez is going to come on for TFC. Think he's making his TFC debut. Kobe Franklin is off for Christian Gutierrez. Gutierrez is on. Exactly. It's the player's job to perform. If they had tactics and actually had a system, yes. When you have no tactics and have no system, and you want your biggest players to carry you, and you're really not making a good job signing those players, and half of those players are your boys and half of them are against you, yeah, no, I don't think your team is going to perform to what you want it to perform. Bradley's done the bare effing minimum and just rolled the ball out. Of course things aren't going to go well. He has no tactics. His tactics at LAFC were to roll the ball out, let Vela, let Rossi, let Atuesta play. That was the point. That was the idea. But Atuesta was fighting to go to Brazil. Rossi was just in Turkey, but he's starting to make his moves. Vela was enjoying playing at LAFC. He had a new life from playing there. Insigne and Bernadeschi, And also, I think Rossi had to buy in to Bradley's BS. Same as Atuesta. Vela was just happy to be in LA. And Vela was happy to buy in. And Senior and Bernadeschi saw through the BS real damn quickly. And some other players did as well. Insigne and Bernadeschi know when they're being effed around with. They know. So they got sold something that wasn't the truth. And they called bullshit. And they're on Bradley. They don't have to bend to Bradley's will like Atuesta did. Like a player like Rossi did. Or a player like Vela just did because it's like, yeah, I'm happy to go to MLS. I'm happy to go to LA. As long as Vela could play football and have fun with it, he didn't care. Vela doesn't care. He just wanted to play. And Bob was like, I'll make you a star if you want to play a star. Exactly. 80th minute. I said Bradley system is to roll the ball out and let your stars make it work. But you have to have the buy-in from your stars, knowing they have to basically use that opportunity to move on in their careers, or they don't care enough as to where they just want to play football. Listen, Vela only wanted to play football, and they built the team around him as a star. And he was like, okay, I'll do what I could do. Rossi needed to make the next step in his career. He played well because he was a great player who needed to take his next step. He had to listen to Bradley. Same as Atuesta. It worked out for both of them. Insigne and Bernadeschi, well, look at them. They don't have to. They are good players. They've had their moments. But this team needs a system to bring out the best in everybody who actually has talent. Because you see flashes. It's not like it's not there. You see flashes. But at some point, you need tactics. Exactly. And even though Sharundalo lost CCL, it was a little bit weak when Sharundalo blamed the salary cap. But you know what? Fine. Exactly. And TFC, oh wait, they focused on the defense as well, but they did a good job building the defense. I thought the defense has been well rebuilt over the past offseason. I thought the defense and the season, I thought the defense has done better overall in most cases. So, because they're good defenders. Mabica is an amazing player. And Larea goes down. And I say they've shown flashes, but they want more rigidity. They want more of a system in training and in game. I don't blame them. '82nd minute. But that's just the way I see it. LAFC would have gotten 2019 Shield with the most head coaches, or with most head coaches. I don't think 2019 Shield happened because of Bob being the coach at LAFC. And yes, when it mattered, what happened to LAFC? Brian Schmetzer out-tactics Mr. Tactical Genius Bob Bradley. Man manager Brian Schmetzer. Mr. Looks like a principal Brian Schmetzer. You want to use that. That should have never have happened. If Bob Bradley's the genius you think he is, Brian Schmetzer should have been grounded into mincemeat by that LAFC side. He was not. If Bob Bradley was the tactical genius that you think he is, they should have won the Champions League in 2020, and Bob Bradley should have out-tacticked Tuca Ferretti without Atuesta. They didn't. that midfield freaking collapsed. So, also, let's look at the coaches that we've played. Hernan Losada. Actually, no, that's not fair. But, Hernan Losada, who I thought was no good going into the year, turns out he might be better than Wilfred Nancy. Losada beat him twice. Latanzio got a draw. Gary Smith, who plays 4-4 FN2 English style, out-tactic Bob Bradley. Or at least did enough to get a draw. Gary Smith. So, again, if Bob Bradley is to be the genius you think he is, and the genius that his career has encompassed, to what people like to say, and MLSE thinks he is, why is he getting out-tacticked by Brian Schmetzer, Christian Latanzio, Gary Smith? Luckily, well, no, last year he did get out-tacticked by Oscar Parejo, who looks like a wet bag of crap now. And I said Gary Smith. And Hernan Losada, just to name a few. Oh, and Tuca Ferretti, who may be the best manager of all those. Who has definitely lost it recently. And it was about on the precipice of losing it at that time with the CCL final. Bradley's no genius. He's a fool. He's fool's gold, frankly. And I think he's smelling like rotten eggs right now. Man's smelling like rotten eggs. That's past the post, 86th minute. And he has been smelling like rotten eggs since halfway through last year. Anybody could do better. Anybody. Well, besides Armas. But even Diego Colca could probably do better. Slaven Bilic sure could do better. Exactly. Both. Both are. They're both English 4-4-2 Sam Allardyce style managers. Roy Hodgson style managers. So, no, yeah, they're basic. But, hey, it works. It works because in MLS, most teams don't do it. There's one team per conference that does. And you know what you're getting, but they're still getting results. So, hey, I can't complain about it, but I think it has a time and a place. Exactly, and it's been over. I'm surprised they had that uptick in form after the freaking article came out, after the expose, after the Athletic had the puff piece that backed Bradley and painted Bernadeschi into being a diva and Insigne on being the I wouldn't say he wasn't really a diva. They didn't really paint Insigne as the bad guy because, he's the big star. He's the one paid more money. I feel like that article by The Athletic was a puff piece. Yes, what happened. But they're like, oh, Bernadeschi's the bad guy here. He's not respecting a genius who's won multiple trophies over years. Bullshit. You're in Bradley's pocket. Again, you're in his pocket. I don't want to hear about it. It's a freaking fluff piece. Bernadeschi's not the bad guy here. That's what the piece said. I believe that as much. I'm dying inside. When you know you can fix it, when you know you have the answers, when it really matters, well, or that you've seen people that could have the answers as well, but when you certainly have the answers, it doesn't feel good, per se. 88th minute. So, Valenzuela's coming on for Cincinnati. The one who talks his shit. That's what the one who talks. What? The one who talks his shit. The one who gets real and talks his shit. TFC needs a striker. Jesse Marchand. You know what? I'd be down with it. TFC needs a striker or a number 10. Or a number 10. Either way, bring back Pozuelo or get an actual striker. Do one of the two. You do one of them, you're good. You could get DeAndre Kerr more service or Sapong more service. I think if you do that, you're good. If you got a number 10 like Pozuelo, they should have never gotten rid of him. But good thing he was on a 6-month deal in Turkey. I don't know. If I was Bradley, I'd be like, you know what, Alejandro? I shouldn't have traded you. Come back. If I was Bradley or if I had my hands on it, I'd be like, Pozuelo, come back. We need a 10. I think that's more likely, and I think that makes more sense. I think you can do with the wingers and with the Italians as wingers and Pozuelo, or with the striker they have with Pozuelo as a number 10. You could go with a DP striker, but right now you have to choose one or the other. And I personally think a 10 is probably takes more pressure off the wingers, so you can play the ball in, but you could also play it over the top to the striker who can hold it up, especially like a Sapong. Maybe Io could build something again with that. I think you go with a number 10. It doesn't have to be Pozuelo, but a similar type of player. Oh, hell no. Whoever says Josie needs to come back, one, you're blinded by nostalgia. Second of, one, you're blinded by nostalgia. Second of, Josie sucks now, except for that 6 months at Puebla. I love Josie. For what he's done, I love Josie, but I know what he is now. He is washed. No. Seba still has something. I'll give him that. Josie, no. 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 I'm happy with what Josie did. He's a big part of the history, but not now. No. If you're going to bring back somebody old, Vasquez wasn't smart, but you have to bring back, or you should bring back Seba. Exactly. And they weren't. Guess what? Schaufelberg is one of the best players on Nashville, added a new spark to them, and Pozuelo scored every 4 games in Turkey for a mid-table club. Not Fenerbahce, not Galatasaray, not Besiktas, no, Konyaspor. 3 assists as well. Well, 4 assists, 3 goals, 4 assists in like 12 games because he got there pretty late because of the earthquake. That's pretty good numbers. 7 points in 12 games, more than a point per game, or more than 0.5 points per game. Every other game he gets something. Yeah, that's still pretty good. And he was good in Miami the second half of last year as well. He made Higuain look useful for the first time in 5 years. So you know what? There you go. So, over a full season, those two halves, I think Pozuelo was still MVP material. Maybe a little bit lower, but still. Personally, bring him back. I'm happy he did well, too. Pozuelo is just as good, if not better. I think Orlando would have beaten Motagua. I think Orlando would have beaten them. Tigres did, and they were freaking horrible until they went on their hot run. So you know what? I think Tigres or Orlando would have beaten Motagua, and then they would have lost to Leon. Is PSG finished? Yes. Yes, they're finished. 30 seconds to go. 3-0. Yeah, they're finished. But if you want a striker for TFC, I got the perfect player, Yeremy Pino. Scored the goal against Italy in the Nations League semifinal. I think Yeremy Pino would be a perfect striker for this team. I really think so. Full time, it's 3-0, but I'll finish my point. Yeremy Pino, a young European or young Spanish striker who has good forward play, is a very heads-up player, can score very under pressure goals and play well under pressure, threading the ball through. I think Pino would be a great number 9 for TFC. If you wanted to go the DP route for a striker, Yeremy Pino would be your guy. That's what I think. And that was honestly the best thing about that Italy versus Spain game, was that I was able to see, you know what? Yeah, Yeremy Pino would be that guy. Would it be better if there was no salary cap and you could get both Pozuelo and Yeremy Pino with the Italians? Yeah, but that's not where we are, at least for another 6 months. Because I've heard maybe they'll take away the salary cap or the DP rule. You could just have a way higher salary cap. I'm hearing they're going to do something now that Messi's here. I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing. I'm hearing that things will change. Whether the DP rule's taken away or they've just way open up the salary cap by 2 or 3 times, or they're going to just have multiple DPs instead of 3, like 4 or 5. With the young DPs probably rules still in service. Yeah, New York beat y'all. Best home record for Cincinnati start the season, the 2002 San Jose Earthquakes. They still won it. So with that being said, if you like this stream, like and share, subscribe, you know what it is. Tell your friends, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams, comment on this video, put us in playlist, share it with friends and family, all that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the review of this match. Talk to you later. Then, of course, the MRE review tomorrow afternoon. Should be fun. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. See you later.